Hey, babe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I love you, and God loves you best. Welcome back to my channel. We are here for a final review of Chasing Orlando, the reunion. Yes, I'm late, so what? You shall receive it, and you're welcome. We're going to just go through the episode because it really could have just been one full episode. We didn't need two parts, but we got it. So here it goes. Yes? Okay. So we have Max. Max Max was very triggered by that cake when he was talking about his picture wasn't on the cake, and he was yelling, and I was trying to make out what he was saying, but it was inaudible. So he was just doing a lot of yelling, ranting, and raving, and I was like, just get over yourself. But these are the points that I want to make out about Max. Max, you were real extra. You sat over there in your nice little flats and you were quiet. But they asked you a question, I guess, I don't even remember, and that gave you permission to just start with your ranting. And it really wasn't needed. And in my opinion, I see you as an okay? So that's unnecessary, unwanted, unadmirable, unaccountable, because you definitely were unaccountable for this first season. Unacknowledged, unadvanced, unaffluent, unacceptable, and quite frankly, unnecessary. You're just an and then I saw in the comment section, shout out to, who is this? Rants and Rambles. Shout out to them. They had in the comment section, they wanted to know, is Max still doing bookings out of her apartment? And I'm not sure. I would like to think that he's been able to elevate himself and was able to get a suite. Maybe he can share a suite with somebody. I don't know. But what I do know is being all up in that apartment has to stop, because I just recently had to complete my CEUs so that I could recertify my license. And I just want to show y'all this nice book here. They have different companies that do your continuing education, but this is the one that I use, Elite Learning. This is Florida 2024 Full Specialist Continuing Education. Okay, we are in the same category. He and I would be colleagues. We would be peers. I've been licensed now as an esthetician 14 years. I have been licensed nail tech over 20. So what I want to do right quick is refer to some regulations as it pertains to our licensure. And I'm going to turn to page 36 up in this piece. And this is under salon requirements. Yes, I told you, Max, I was going to keep my foot on your neck, because you was gonna get right, and you was doing all this rah about all the wrong things. Let's talk about what's really important. Okay, so salon regulations and requirements as it pertains to the state of Florida. I don't know how y'all do it in Ohio. This is Florida. You're in Florida now. So A salon or specialty salon may be located at a place of residence. Okay, so yes, it may be located at a place of residence. Salon facilities must be separated from the living quarters by a permanent wall construction. Go back to my first episode. Go back to the first review when I was saying state of Florida requires you, while you can operate a business out of your residence, it must be in a separate structure of your living quarters. It cannot be within the dwelling of your home where you would do your personal day-to-day living. So a separate entrance shall be provided to allow entry to the salon other than from the living quarters. So you're in an apartment, max. So you only have that initial entryway that leads directly into your living quarters. There is no wall structure that separates your living quarters from your business. You operate directly in your living room next to your kitchen. Also, toilet and lavatory facilities shall comply with subparagraph C2 above and shall have an entrance from the salon other than the living quarters. And if you want to know what subparagraph C2 is, it is: each salon shall provide on premises or in same building as within 300 feet of the salon adequate toilet and lavatory facilities. I say all of that to say you, sir, are not in compliance. So while you were putting so much energy into why your face was not on an inanimate object, you should be concerning yourself with, oh, somebody could report me. Oh, I don't want my business practices to be reported to the board. And then one of the inspectors happening to pop up on me. And then I'm getting a fine. Now, me personally, I wouldn't do that. I prefer to do what I'm doing now. Make you aware, and hopefully you will correct yourself. Okay? So I just want to give you that. And then you just had a lot of built up, your energy was negative because AO said something to you and he thought that you were addressing him directly. So he responded, and your retort was, you want to be important so bad. Pardon? Where is all of this energy coming from? Then when Marley J was trying to speak and explain himself, you had to interject there. But then you wanted to make a point to say you were trying to hear what he was trying to say. You want to hear what he's trying to say, and that everybody else needs to be quiet. When in that very moment, the only person that was talking was you. So now I realize, okay, you're one of those people that need to have the last word. That makes you feel validated. You got it, girl. I don't argue with the peanut gallery. I don't debate. I barely converse. You can have it. So, this is where it gets interesting. Now we're going to go to the comment section. And Beautiful B said, they jealous of Max. Okay. And then Ashley C in the comments said, jealous of what? You got to make that make sense. And I concur. What could the cast possibly be jealous of concerning Max Cortez? So then we get into this debate. I'm looking in the comments section, and now people are starting to make an observation, I guess, of light skins on one sofa and dark skins on another. When did Pablo become light skinned? And when did Marley J become dark skinned? This is when people are just pulling for something. That was a very misguided, miscalculated observation, but it became a thing in the comment section. But when I saw the comment from Yes Lord, I was like, no God. Then Devin had an outburst because he was offended by a viewer question, and they wanted to know from Pablo, why is it that he could hold Marley J accountable but not Max and Devin accountable for their actions and their behavior? And immediately Devin became inflamed by such an insinuation, and he was like, I don't give a damn about no viewer comment. And I love Twan's response. He was like, well, we're gonna care about it today. Then Ashley C pointed out, because Pablo was supposed to be answering this question about holding his friends accountable versus, giving everybody else the business, i.e. Marley J. And so Ashley C pointed out that the response that Pablo was spitting wasn't aligned with the question. And she explained, this is not about whether or not you have a problem with Marley. It was about, why don't you hold your friends accountable? So there was some very accurate observations going on here, and I had to agree. Let's talk about Ayo and Max's flirting. I would have to say, from the beginning of the episode when they were at the Puff and Paint, I thought they were over there canoodling, getting a little zhuzhed. I don't know, maybe planning a rendezvous. I don't know. Maybe they were just, he was like, he cute to cozy up to. Let me get me a little flirt on. I'm gonna play Angel's ally on this. Some people play Devil's Advocate. I want to play the Angel's ally. I'm a flirt. I'm a feel good person. I like to make people feel good. So I definitely am a flirt. Does that mean I want you? No. But if you yummy and you're, I don't know, keeping my interest, keeping me from boredom in a certain setting, social setting, yeah, I might just entertain you for the time being. If I can put a smile on your face, why not? Max didn't want to acknowledge that he was flirting and canoodling with Ayo. Now, I don't know if it's because he had a man, or maybe He knew his man was going to be tuned in. If he had a man at that time when the flirting was going on, I don't know what the situation was. But I noticed when he's asked a question, he can't just get to the point. He has to go round and round, just like Pablo. They go round and round before they just get to the point. But Jeremy Speaks, shout out to Jeremy. He he made a statement about it's the backpedaling and the skipping questions, because there was a lot of backpedaling. Like I said, Max didn't want to acknowledge that he was flirting. He wanted to dance around the question. It's like, listen, were y'all flirting or nah? You don't have to answer it because we saw it, and the answer is yes. Antonio expressed that Max, you was good to give Ao them cakes, but then you and your man went and made up. Could that be what the situation was? Possibly, it could be. Then this whole controversy about who the king of Orlando is. Quite frankly, I feel like if you're from Orlando, you have claim, you're in the running for that title. Pablo, as far as I'm concerned, you don't qualify because you from Dade County. You're not from Orange County. You're not from Orlando. So I'm trying to figure out how you the king of Orlando, or as Twan would say, Orlando. I Swag in my eyes. Shout out to I Swag. They said in the comment section, never heard of Pablo before this show. No shade. Cali been on the scene for over a decade. Now, while I rep my state, I have to stay in my area. I never heard of neither one of them before this. Not saying that either didn't have a following or have a platform before this show. I'm just saying I'm not familiar with them. The majority agreed that Cali is the king of Orlando. Cali was kind of taken aback. He was like, well, he was, online more than I was. I figured they would pick him. But they didn't. And this is my opinion on that. This is my opinion. I believe that the audience was more drawn to Cali, in spite of the little crash outs and tantrums and all the theatrics. I think the audience was more drawn to his personality. Me personally, from initial introduction, I was looking forward to getting to know Pablo more, because I felt like, wow, he's really established. He has his catering business. He is, seems personable. I had high hopes for getting to know more about Pablo. That quickly diminished, and from first introduction, I was drawn to Cali's personality. I was like, that's a girl that I could kiki with. Then let's talk about this relationship between Pablo and Cali. Okay, so Pablo had to make it known that Cali Boy had an attraction to him initially. He was feeling him. He wanted to holler or whatever. Cali didn't deny it. He affirmed it. That information was true. But he said he is his friend. Cool. This is what I don't like. Because Cali did point out that Pablo came across like he was playing both sides of the fence. And I absolutely agree. Because when he did his live with Scotty and Jamar, quick insert, happy belated birthday, Jamar. I hope it was everything that you could have expected to receive. Pablo had to make it known during that live. He don't fuck with Cali like that. Like, he don't fuck with him. So for him to go back and forth on whether or not he's his friend was very telling of your character, Pablo. And I absolutely agreed with Cali Boy when he was like, it just looked like you playing both sides of the fence. Because I'm the same way. If I say I'm your friend, I'm your friend. You fucks with me, you stuck with me. And if you don't, further distance, better friends. It's nothing. When I see you, I let my conversation be yay yay and nay nay. But I just thought it was telling of Pablo's character. How he was just being real shady and dissing Cali behind the scenes. But when you have the opportunity to say something to his face in a calm, reasonable setting where he's in a space to receive, he's being receptive, he's listening, he's not over talking anyone. You had every opportunity to say your piece, but you was silent. So I don't know. And I had to agree with Neek because Dominique was in the comments section and he said, I'm loving Cali's delivery. I was loving everything about Cali Boy's delivery when he was explaining how he is when it comes to being a friend and befriending someone and friendship in general. How he looks at it. I think that his thoughts were clear and concise. You could understand where he was coming from, what he was trying to convey. Yeah. So Pablo, you come off looking like foe, not a friend. And then when it comes to paying Cali Boy, okay, first of all, $100 is, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's not his actual fee. He was just like, okay, $100, just shoot him something for the gig. But that was just just give me something and I'll show up. I'm gonna do what you asked me to do. And then you give him 60. You owe him 40. The invoice is $40. Okay. So on the evening of the event, when you are settling up your invoices with your vendors, you said that you're paying everybody. And then you said that Cali was too drunk to receive his payment. He was too drunk And so he didn't come get his money from you. I don't have to ask you for my money. I'm a vendor. You know you have a balance to settle up with me. If I'm sitting over here and you see me, I don't care. You have an envelope with my name on it. You go over to said vendor, which is Callie in this situation. You give him his envelope. You can do a few things. You can either have somebody, a third party. It could have been AO. It could have been, heck, he said he familiar with your family, so it could have been your brother, your mama, anybody, as confirmation that he received his envelope. That is receipt of payment. Callie, here's your envelope. It has your balance in it. And I'm going to send you a text confirming you received your payment. Okay? Open it up. Count it. It's there? Okay, cool. This is what I need you to do. I need you to text me right now and say, I got my money. That's it. But you took it off the strength of, well, when somebody like you, I figured, it's cool. It's paid. No, you're mixing personal and professional. The two do not exist in the same space. You don't mix your business with personal matters. No. That had to do with your event that you booked him for to provide a service. So he showed up, he rendered service, and you were supposed to pay for said service. So the gesture with the pendant, it said King or something on it. It said King or Orlando King. It said something King. I know it said King on it. I'm like, Callie, that was very, very kind the way he said it. This was a nice gesture. However, that's me. However, I would have preferred you just pay me. Because I never said you didn't have to. And Pablo, you had a lot of, what do you call them things? Trinkets, gag gifts. You had a lot of stuff. You had a wig for Remy, which wasn't with good intention. You brought that as a prop so that you could really shade her down. But when she mentioned it, you thought to give it to her then. That's not how you plan to do it. And then you want to turn it around and make it seem like, oh, this is a kind gesture. That weren't your intentions. And you know it. I know it. Everybody else know it. So stop with the fibs. Marcus Gray, shout out to Marcus Gray, in the comments said that Pablo is fake and phony, and he's definitely playing both sides of the fence. Some people really don't know what the word friend is. Some people don't really know what the word genuine means. Some people don't know what authenticity is. They're just words that they use because they've heard them before. But to live them, to live what they mean, oftentimes people don't. So they wrap it up by bringing out the cake. And I want to say shout out to Publix. If you're not from the southern border, Florida, the Carolinas. I think they have Publix. Yeah, Florida, the Carolinas. I don't even know if does Georgia have Publix. They be repping Kroger. I don't know, but shout out to Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Made a beautiful cake for the cast. Pablo, I will say your last parting gift, I feel like that was one, good advertisement, and two, I felt like it was a genuine gesture because it had the photograph in there for everybody. You were like, you wanted them to try the seasonings. I saw in the comment section that Jamar said that the seasonings is cute. So, hey, listen, anytime that you are trying to advance yourself, you're trying to be progressive, I'm never going to knock that. So, again, I want to extend congratulations to you, and I want to extend positive motivation for you to continue to excel in your business ventures and all of your aspirations. I'm never going to put that down. Never. Now, you as a person, you rubbed me raw, but I can still acknowledge and support you trying to bring yourself up and create something for yourself from the ground up. That's all I gotta say. I don't have nothing else for Chasing Orlando, but thank y'all so much. It was a ride. I have to say that. I didn't think this video was gonna be that long, but it is. As always, drop down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought. Tell me if you felt like the second part was really needed, or if it could have just been all one. Let me know what you thought of the commentary. Let me know in the comment section who you'd like to see come back for season 2 of Chasing Orlando. Who could stay, who could go, who could just use maybe some fine tuning. It's all good. As always, I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time,